S11 sunglasses makes it like the water is not even there.
Hey guys, I'm Keith Combs and welcome to Michiana Outdoor News. You know, one question I get asked a lot is about rod selection, and probably more times than not, people ask me a question, it's about a crankbait rod. So I figured we'll spend a few minutes talking about what criteria I'm looking for in a crankbait rod. This is a rod that I worked with Shimano on this past summer. It's a Corrado. It's in the Corrado line. It's a CDC 70M, so it's a 7-foot rod. It's a glass rod. Price range on this, I believe the MSRP is $159.99, something like that. So, you know, for the quality of this rod, that's a pretty good price. But what I want to get into is really what I'm looking for when I pick up a rod off a shelf, or when I'm trying to determine, you know, does somebody have the right equipment for cranking. The number one thing I'm looking for is a rod that has a lot of bend, and more so a very parabolic bend to it. And what I mean by that is I'm wanting flex not just at the tip. I'm wanting flex all the way down the rod, all the way down to the butt section. In fact, one of the first things I do is I'll pick up the rod and make sure I see some flex down low. So, you know, you need some power down here to pull a fish away from cover. You need some power down here to set the hook. But at the same time, you need that rod to start breaking off about in this area and flex all the way to the tip. Really what that's going to equate to for you as an angler is a longer cast. So on the back cast, if that rod loads well, you'll be able to throw that plug a long ways. And the other thing it helps you do is when you have a fish hooked, well, you want to keep him hooked. And if that rod has a good parabolic bend, it's going to flex with that fish as he tries to throw your bait when he's jumping. So that's really one of the main criteria that I'm going to say is a must for crankbait fishing. The next thing I look for is I want a rod that's sensitive, but I use a glass rod. This is a glass blank. Contrary to popular belief, it's not heavy. It's a very lightweight blank, but it's glass. And the deal there is I say I want it to be sensitive. I want to feel what's going on all the time. But glass has a tendency to really delay my reaction. So I'm cranking along, I feel the fish bite the plug. A slight half a second delay lets that fish take it a little bit deeper. That's why I'm choosing a glass rod. So that's really the main things that I'm looking for in a crankbait rod. I promise you, if you're losing fish, probably the first thing I would look to is your rod. Make sure you got that right bend, and remember, you want to keep them buttoned up. So if you're getting the bites and losing them, see if you have the right cranking rod. Make sure, remember that parabolic bend.